Oh, now mine's taking a shit. Nah. It's good. My computer doesn't have that Ronavirus, unlike Jessimae Peluso, who is our guest today. Welcome to episode whatever the fuck. We are the Valley Boys. I am your host, Dave Weasel. Let's get this shit over with. Joined with us remotely, we're all in lockdown quarantine, is Jessimae Peluso, comedian, actress. You've seen her on a bunch of shit. How you doing, Jessimae?
I love that. I've been on a bunch of shit. I wish people would just say that. It's like, yeah, I just been on a bunch of shit. Just Google it. It's there. It's there for your viewing pleasure. I'm great. I've showered. We're all having technical difficulties this morning. I realized, do you know what the cure is to technical difficulties early in the morning? There's only one cure. Do you know it?
Know what?
Get high, get high, get high.
Drugs are the answer, children.
I like drugs. I have had kinky sex. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you. I'm very sorry about Brandon.
He's don't be
fucking starting already, Dave.
Yeah, of course, man. You can't really see Brandon. He's the co-host. Normally he rotates between sidekick or my assistant, but I gotta say he's just the co-host right now because he's neither of those things. We're both in fucking lockdown, so I can't make him do shit for me. But I apologize for him in advance. I know you can't see him, but picture my 600-pound life. He's exactly halfway there.
Brandon, are you 300 pounds, bro?
I'm close, but it could be worse. If for those of you who can't see Dave, just picture Joe Exotic, who stopped doing meth, started drinking King cans, and feeds his cats from his mouth. That's Dave.
I don't do that. I don't go that far. Whatever, Brandon. He's obsessed with pro wrestling. What kind of grown man is into that?
A lot.
He's got a big boner for that too. He wants to be a pro wrestler, but you know what happened? Instead of busting chairs over people, he busts them by sitting on them.
Brandon, are you gonna let him talk about your fat ass like that?
Well, wait a minute. You're supposed to be helping me out here.
Yeah,
Are you really a hefty dude?
I'm about 265, but I wear it well than Dave's skinny fat ass wears his 165.
How tall are you, Brandon?
About 6 foot.
Okay, that's not too bad. We can work with it.
About 6 feet tall. You hear that Iowa accent in him? If it sounds like
now, that's getting bitches pregnant. Look, to that Tiger King. You start talking Tiger King, girls are ready for it.
Yeah, I'm already on that train, but yeah, no, at least mine's proportioned. If you look at Dave, he looks like he's a real life version of a giant marshmallow that somebody stuck toothpicks in for arms and legs. Like that's Dave right now.
Well, we're still
are you guys
doing this?
Fucking?
We're
you
still
guys
doing
sound
this?
like you're fucking. You guys are
No, we're not
definitely
fucking. Everyone thinks we're fucking. We're not. I wouldn't fuck him. It sounds like his Iowa accent. His parents are related to each other because they are.
Dave's just angry because he's the bottom in the relationship. He just can't get over that aspect.
Well,
Dave, I said you're a power bottom. I'm giving you that much.
Well, and not only am I nothing, we're not in a homosexual relationship. No offense to any homosexuals out there.
Sounds like y'all are fucking.
We're not fucking. Why does everyone think that?
Am I the marriage counselor? Why am I here?
That's what every woman says when they hang out with us.
We ask each other that every episode as well. So
that should be the title of this episode.
Yeah, we get done recording. We're like, God, this is the worst thing we've ever done. And then a week later, we're like, yeah, we're ready to record. Yeah, why the fuck not? What else are we gonna do?
Are you guys really that self-loathing?
It's more.
Is that your vibe?
It's not self-loathing. It's we loathe each other.
So you guys have a mutual enemy.
Right, he's a goose-stepping Trump supporter, and I'm the handsome devil liberal comedian.
Wow, that you think very highly of yourself.
Yeah, so the opposite of self-loathing.
Yeah, that's why he's a liberal, yeah.
Did you really vote for Trump?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't judge anybody on their political views, but that's kind of cray.
I don't either, except for Brandon.
You must like television if you voted for Trump. We can't blame people voting for him. He's probably the most important president. He's just showing us all the holes in the political system. So there's silver lining in all of it.
Yeah,
And
there's nowhere to
honestly,
go but up.
There's nowhere. Well, we could go down. There is down. Down it hurts much worse.
Well, and did you see who he was running against in 2016? It's not like they gave us the greatest choice in the world.
It wasn't great. I mean, we were fucked, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, and honestly, people treat politics like sports teams now. It's like, you're a liberal and you're a fucking Republican. Nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors. Let's be honest. It doesn't matter how much of the articles you're reading. All of it's lies. 4 rich white dudes run the country. The rest of us need to just get high and treat each other well. And hopefully we can get by. Hopefully.
Well, that's why you need a liberal president, because you need marijuana legalized at the federal level.
Yeah, but I don't even know, I don't know if liberal is the answer. I don't know if Republican is the answer. I don't know if Democratic is the answer. I think we need a little bit of all of it. We need a nice menagerie, like a little political potpourri, if you will. You need
kind of what the House and Senate do.
Yeah, but then they argue because it gets 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. Then it's Republican heavy or Democratic heavy, and it's never really blended well. It's kind of like somebody's really shitty meal when you go over to their house and you're like, oh, I'm excited to have a salad. But then they give you the salad and you got to fucking toss it. I hate tossing my own salad. Not like the butthole licking kind, but like an actual salad that I eat. Because I might learn how to toss my own salad in this quarantine just so that I can check all of my boxes, like literally all of my boxes.
Jesus. How long you been in lockdown for, Jessimae?
14 years emotionally, and in this current climate, I thought it was week 3. Is it week 2?
I don't know. I just go by Friday the 13th is when it all came down.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. That was the marker. So that's 2. We're going on 2.5 weeks now. It's been kind of crazy, but I've been a good, self-quarantiner. I've been not going anywhere except for the grocery store.
Right.
And then I get stoned and I walk my dogs. I have 3 dogs, so I get stoned and I walk them, and I just pretend I'm the Tiger King.
Did you watch that?
Fuck yeah!
Isn't it amazing?
It's the greatest. Look, don't you think, isn't there a part of you, now I am a stoner, I've said that 17 times, but isn't there a part of you that just thinks this is all one big cable channel for some other terrestrial being, or we're really in a simulation because like Australia was on fire, we were on fire, and then our president is an insane person, and we now are having this this microbe that is trying to attack us, and Tiger King just happened to come along when we were in quarantine. That I'm just supposed to sit back and think that's just a coincidence. It's a gift from God. I mean, come on.
Dude, I'm right there with you. And did you see that other documentary they got that came out right before all this called Pandemic? And they're like, we're all working to prevent the next virus from breaking out. And it's like, oh, great fucking timing.
Yeah, sure you are. And it doesn't fucking matter, because guess what? If we want a vaccine, that shit's going to take at least a year. I mean, some vaccines take up to like a decade to get them up and running. And now what's going to happen, there's going to be a fucking bidding war on who gets to claim the coronavirus fucking vaccine. So we're going to have to wait longer so that these people can be like, I did it. It was mine.
It's
was
a
in
pissing
my lab.
contest.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah. And you know what the cure's going to be, I bet? Eating bat soup. It all comes back to where it came from.
It all goes back to its roots. It's bat soup roots.
Just
it makes
pluck
me
it out of the garage. Boil
Maybe
up some
all
bat.
That Chinese medicines came. All that Chinese medicine came from. At some point, they like fuck something up, and they're like, "All right, now we need to like take the penis off a wolf or something, grind it up, and eat it." And like eating wolf in the first place created some horrible disease years ago.
It probably did. I mean, literally, it's batshit crazy. Like, it's Chicago. It literally is. It makes me think of Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Like, when they were eating the bat shit, it made them all go cray-cray. And here we are. Someone fucking ate a bat. And here we all are. Maybe we just should stop eating animals. If burgers weren't so good, it'd be easy. But fuck. Man, when I smell a burger or a steak, shit. It's too ingrained into who we are as people, how we've evolved as people. You know, we've hunted and put them in between two pieces of brioche against Anthony Bourdain's better judgment. He hates the brioche roll, R.I.P. But we did it, and now I can't not eat it.
Man, I'm in the same boat. I love animals, but not fucking them or anything like the Tiger King or sucking them like Carol. But I cannot resist chicken wings or chicken burgers or
a good chicken
steak.
Wing.
Really anything.
I fucking love it.
I'll fucking eat anything if it had a face and a mother.
Wow. Are we at Jeffrey Dahmer's house?
Oh, yeah. Well, not people. I mean, not yet. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. You know,
Would
it's like
you
when
eat a
people-
person if it came down to it? I mean, if you were starving.
I don't
Never
think I
seen a
would.
person now.
Well, that's because you're a fatty.
That's why I hang out with Brandon, because I'm like Kansas City average. I've been to Kansas City, and I'm walking around there. I'm like, hey, these people are fatter than I am. In L.A., it's a different story, right? So all you got to do is hang out with Brandon, and by comparison, you look like a GQ model.
Well, Brandon might not be as susceptible to eating things like people. You sounded like you kind of might eat a person. Brandon might not. I don't know. Even though you say he's a heftier dude, maybe Brandon won't eat people when it comes down to it. Maybe I'll be safer with him in the apocalypse than I would be with you.
Yeah, you never know. I'm not saying I would or wouldn't. I'm saying I don't know. It's like when people go to prison and they're like, I'm not into that gay shit. But then by year 14, you're just like, all right, I really want those cigarettes. I'll suck that dude off. Or, you know, shit happens.
And you don't even want the cigarettes anymore. You just like the dick at that point.
Exactly. It's like Tony Soprano says, you go to prison, you get a pass at that gay shit.
Yeah. And you quit smoking, but you picked up dick sucking.
Right. You smoke the dick now.
Smoke the Dick, a memoir about my high school years.
All right, so we can all agree across every political spectrum. America's so divided right now. There's one thing that we could all come together on is that Carol Baskin killed her fucking husband.
Yeah, she shoved him in the meat grinder for sure. That bitch laughs at the most awkward parts. And the only people who laugh when they're like, I don't even know how they expect me to kill him. With that crazy fucking laugh.
I know, guilty.
Guilty.
Fucking guilty, that's right. An innocent person would be bawling their eyes out. And this woman is like, I didn't do it.
Crazy bitch. Crazy. She literally is giving cat ladies the worst reputation right now.
Oh, I know. Well, at least she doesn't have wolves, because then she'd be giving dog ladies a bad reputation. Because you're a dog lady, right?
I am a dog lady, but I like animal people in general. And let's be honest, you all watched it. Brandon, did you watch it too?
Oh, yeah.
He watched it with his pants off.
I did too. I watched it with my pants off, and I put my toes in a hot bath, and I put peanut butter on my shins, not my lady parts, but I let my dog lick my shins because I've been lonely. Anyways, I was watching it, and I think Carol's just as bad as fucking Joe. They're all terrible.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We kind of covered that a little bit the last time, how anyone obsessed with a specific animal is kind of fucked up. We didn't really talk about the horse people, but you know how when you were in school, there was always one person completely batshit crazy obsessed with horses? They'd have, like,
me.
horse shirt. Did you have a horse calendar?
I did. I had a horse. I still have
That's
stuff. I have
the
a
line.
horse pen. I have a horse jacket, motherfucker. I got a fleece jacket that I got at a roadside gas station near, where was I? South Carolina.
Oh, God.
Fleece jacket with horse heads on it. Back up and have some respect.
Yeah, that's some horse lady shit. You always find the best clothes at gas stations, though.
With
Wolves?
a nice huge wolf head. There's one looking
Exactly.
forward and one looking nice profile shot.
Yeah, howling.
Howling at the moon. Come on.
$13.99. You ain't gonna find
Bye.
that at TJ Maxx.
Gonna get it.
That is high culture, though, in that part of the country, though. That's about as sophisticated as it gets.
Hell yeah, fleece is fancy. Fleece, that's evening. That's evening wear.
That's dog walking material.
Hell yeah, I wear my horse jacket every time I walk my dogs. Nobody fucks with me. I call it my meth jacket.
I bet you people walk across the street when they see you in that regard, like even before the coronavirus.
They do, because I have a pit boxer, and people who aren't dog people will avoid me, but people who are dog people get it. You know.
Right, of course.
the ignorant people are like, oh my God, it's an aggressive pit bull. No.
Well, have you ever... I'm not really a dog person, which I know makes me worse than Hitler, but I lived in Sherman Oaks, and I was taking a walk one day, and this woman's walking a pit bull, and that fucking thing starts snarling at me, just barking like crazy, and it was terrifying. And the woman, she's pleading with me. She's saying, "Don't stop looking so afraid, stop looking so scared," as she's trying to hold this woman back. And my back was to the wall. I didn't know what to do, so I just said, "Get that thing away from me before I shoot it." Now, I don't carry guns. I don't own a gun. I don't like guns, but that's just what came out of my mouth. And she fucking grabbed that thing and was gone. And then a little while later, a couple weeks go by, she's turning a corner. I'm down the street from her. She sees me. She immediately turns around and goes the other way.
Man, you must have done something to that dog. What happened between you two?
Well, I told you I threatened to shoot it because it was barking at me.
So that dog must speak pretty good English, and he knew it, and he was going to bite your dick off that day.
I think the woman understood what I was saying and didn't want her dog to get shot. But I don't own a gun. I stay away from them, unlike Brandon. And I had no business saying that. But that's just what came out of my mouth out of fear and desperation. Because that dog
was... What you packing, Brandon?
Oh, about 5 inches.
I meant your gun, you prevert.
Oh! I have my bare hands. I will live and die by those things.
Do you not own any guns, Brandon?
None that I know of.
Well, not in California, but what about when you lived in, I don't know, fucking Iowa or Colorado?
No, I've never owned any guns. I've never had a reason to. I've shot guns as a kid, but...
Okay. Well,
See?
I guess I'm full of shit.
See? You're full of shit.
Nice cock block there, Brandon. He's told me different stories. But all right. Yeah, Brandon doesn't own guns.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I bet you didn't even tell that dog you were going to shoot it. You probably pissed your pants and ran away.
No, I pissed my pants, but I told the woman, not the dog.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
yeah,
I'm going to have to talk to this woman and see what she says.
It was terrifying. If you've ever had a pit bull just barking like crazy right, 3 feet away from you, it's not a fun experience. So
yeah,
that's just what
I mean, it's a little
out.
terrifying for sure. I've been more scared of people than I have been of dogs, but I get what you're saying. I get where your mind is at.
It just looked like that dog was too much for that woman too. You know?
Oh yeah, that's always scary. You're like, get a handle on the dog, bitch. That's people get dogs like that. They call them bully breeds, like your pit bull, Doberman, even some shepherds. Those dogs that are a little bit deemed aggressive, and they. It's a responsibility. Like, I know Carlin is a responsibility. He's a big dog. He's 70 pounds. He's pure muscle. And he's an animal that functions on a different set of rules than people do. And people get these dogs, and they treat them like pets. And that's where the irresponsibility comes in. They're coexisting with their pet like they're equals. He's not my equal. You know what I mean? He's a dog before he's my pet. He's my... You know what I'm saying? Like he's a creature before he's my pet. So bitches like that, people like that, just are irresponsible, and they shouldn't have dogs that big. Get a Chihuahua, bitch. Get a ferret. Get a fucking hamster and stay inside your house.
It's not the gun; it's the owner. I mean, dog.
Exactly.
It's the exact same argument.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm a cat guy. I'm not gonna lie. I would actually like a cat sanctuary, not tiger, but like an actual domestic. Those little kitty cats that sit on your lap and you kind of flick their ears and they're shaped like triangles. It's amazing. I got
Are you
two
a
cats.
Cat guy?
I am a cat guy. It is a little weird for
Brandon,
everybody.
help me out.
Believe me, I've had this conversation with him God knows how many times. Like, there's no helping him.
They got little paws and they knead on you as they're going to sleep. Oh.
Yeah, other than the fact he looks like Joe Exotic plus 50 pounds.
I don't have a mullet or a handlebar mustache, bitch.
That's like two razor strokes away, buddy. And I'm pretty sure he has a wardrobe.
Do you have like a bedazzled jacket?
No, but I got like 4 different pairs of pajama pants. I didn't know I even owned 2 of them. And as I find them all throughout the house, each one has half a pack of cigarettes in it. So you know what? Maybe I am just like Joe Exotic.
So are you going to walk around? Are you going to walk around your little sanctuary, like stroking the cats and calling them your little sexy boy?
No, I'm not going to do that. That's fucking weird. Did you notice that? That Bagavon dude, he's like, tigers are a symbol of power. Tigers are a symbol of sex. It's like,
You're like, there are toddlers on your park right now. By the way, his park is still open during this time. He's a total crazy narcissistic polygamist, and he pays those people like 6 cents a week. But
yeah, they're part of a cult, dude.
It is. Here's my thing about cults and in that situation. Those are adults. Those are willing adults that are living there for 32 cents a day because they want to love cats. It's not that they want to love cats. They want these wild cats to love them. And I think the point of it is to love your children more so that they don't run away from home to go live with a guy who refers to himself as Bhagavan or whatever the fuck, man of God,
the
alias
Messiah
moniker. Yeah, the Messiah. So they don't go run and live with that fat, perverted Santa Claus son of a bitch. Love your children.
Yeah, give them a hug once in a while.
The allotted time. Go to their games. Tell them they're good enough, because if you don't, they're going to go run away from home, live in Tampa on a fucking big cat preservation, restoration hardware park and live with that dude who's got 16 wives.
No, you're absolutely right. Put your kids' drawings on the fridge once in a while, no matter how terrible it is.
Yeah.
Dad, by Dave, age 35. He wouldn't.
But
put
also
that on
tell
his
them if
fridge.
it was bad, so they're,
That's why I want a cat
they
sanctuary.
get humbled.
Exactly.
Oh man.
But that's what it is. It's mind control, man. It's he finds, like you said, weakish people that get sucked into it. And they interviewed that one woman who kind of escaped, and she did. She sounded like someone that escaped from the Branch Davidians or the Westboro Baptist Church or the Jehovah's Witnesses, where she's like, I was free to leave at any time. I could have went, but what was I going to do? Where was I going to go? It's
the
a form of
mentality.
mind control, yeah.
They let them think the door is open.
Right. And they're there on their own free will. But did you see how they all had their own houses on Bagavon's compound?
Yo, they got some baller houses. That
That's
Italian bitch had like a wraparound porch. I'm like, how good is the dick? What that dick do? What that dick do? You know what I mean? It ain't just tigers. It ain't just lions, tigers, and bears on my bitch.
Yeah, that guy has some freaky, like, who knows what that guy's into.
Mind control, and his son rolling around like Mowgli with lions and tigers. It's just crazy. And you know what? I was going to go there. I didn't know what this park was. I had started following it because of Rogan, and somebody else had mentioned it. And I was like, oh, let me check this park out, this, in Myrtle Beach. And they had messaged me because I told them I was on tour and I was going to be nearby. And they told me to come be a guest. And I was so excited. And then I watched this documentary and I was like, fuck, I'm not going there. I'm not going.
Yeah,
because
you're not coming back.
I won't leave.
You'll never leave. Yeah. You'd be
I
wife
won't
number
leave.
17. That's like
But
low
you'll
in
have
the
your own
ranks.
wraparound porch.
I know. So
No, you got to work your way up to that, man. You start off sleeping on that porch before you get one of your own.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, you got to put in work like anything else, but
that was like when
I in the prize.
When Brandon Blackburn was on last week, he was talking about his multiple wives, right? One of them being the beautiful one, which sounds like he's got ugly ones tied up out back. You know damn well that Bagavon does the same thing. He's grooming them still. So he's got them in their own tiger cages. He's like, you got to learn how to do. You got to like pluck my mustache hairs, wherever the fuck that guy's into.
Because the older ones are aging out. They're aging out, and it's kind of like that Rumspringa vibe that Mennonites do, where they want it. They're like, go ahead, and you taste the outside life. You get a little bit older, you're curious about what's going on. So his older bitches, who aren't even that much older, they're like mid-20s. He's already got some young ones he's grooming to keep on the assembly line of his tiger sluts that he keeps around him.
Tiger sluts.
Against their own will, but not completely. They're just susceptible to that sort of suggestion. That's all he's doing, is using the power of suggestion to make them believe they have no other choice.
Right. Or, well, he's making them believe that they have another choice, but this is what they're specifically choosing. They want this
right,
life.
he's making them think that they're making the decision to stay there.
Right. And share him. That's the weird thing.
Oh, God. Well, there's enough of him to go around. That's a big son of a bitch. He's got a weird mouth.
I feel like I should be taking notes right now, like writing this stuff down.
You should be. You definitely should be.
Brandon's that other zookeeper.
While you walk on a treadmill, Brandon, for your heart.
His heart's like...
I'm planning to drop dead at 55. I don't want to live any longer beyond that. That's assuming Corona doesn't kill me first.
Well, I think it's a goal. At least you have goals in life. I respect that.
You'd be lucky to make it that long. That dude's got a heart the size of a catcher's mitt. And I don't mean that in a good way.
Lots to love. Lots to love. Absolutely. I'm here for it, Brandon.
Well, I appreciate that.
What area do you live in, Jessimae?
I'm in LA on the west side.
Oh.
Yeah, I like to keep it obscure because people are smart and they find ways to find you. So we're going to leave it at that. But currently, I set up a yurt on Doc Cantle's front yard.
Man, someone's doing that. We're in Reseda, both of us, but in different houses, thank God. But somebody here is doing... there's a lot of ranches here, so you'll see people walking or riding on a horse down the street from time to time. But you also see stray chickens and roosters and the hell are those things? Peacocks. So someone's got a peacock sanctuary. Now, what do you think the peacock sluts would be like in contrast to the tiger sluts?
Probably Asian, and then they would steal them and sell them home to the wet market so that somebody could eat them and give us a new coronavirus for 2021.
Fucking circle of life. You're right.
Yeah.
COVID-21 is going to come from a peacock born in Reseda.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Is if you put that as a headline and made it look like a legitimate source, you probably get so many clicks on that sucker.
Oh, dude, you're preaching to the choir. I used to run a satire website that everybody thought it was real, no matter how stupid it was. And I had to stop doing it pretty much because I was so sick of being told this is fake news when it's not. It's satire and it's stupid. But it looked real. And I got so many clicks.
Satire. Doesn't it all feel like satire right now?
Yeah, dude. Satire is dead. Reality outpaces satire right now.
It's so interesting how things shift. Like, you know, in entertainment, but also just in society, like how the trends shift. And I feel like it's getting so crazy now just with the news. It's like every day you wake up, people are calling it Groundhog Day now. Just the time that we're in with this quarantine and just, you know, what's popping on Netflix and the current political state we're in. It really is like Groundhog's Day. And I don't know what's the global levee that's going to break? Is there one?
I would say they're going to run out of ways to treat people and then shit's going to get worse. Or one day it's going to go the opposite way. I really do think that somebody, probably the Germans, you know, they're pretty good at engineering shit. I think they're going to find a way to treat people, like to treat people with the virus, and it's going to go away. That's going to be the levee. It's going to bring us back up.
Right.
So it's more of a pulley than a levee.
Right. Yeah, like the Germans are very innovative.
And they're very good at using, human subjects to find things.
Yeah.
Cardiovascular surgery came from experimenting on people in the Holocaust. Just random fact for you. That's probably not exactly true, but they did. They used human test subjects, and I'm sure they're doing the same thing now. I mean, what's a few decades, right?
I mean, come on. What's
the same mentality?
Well, wasn't one of the coronavirus vaccine companies, CureVac? Isn't that a German company?
CureVac.
Am I the only one reading news? Brandon, are you still there? Or are you eating Cheetos?
No, I've already gone through the Cheetos, sour cream burrito, and some other stuff. But yeah, no, that was the company that Trump allegedly was going to try to buy the rights to the vaccine.
Yeah, he's going to try and buy the rights to the vaccine, right?
Yeah, it was a German company.
Right. So you're right. The Germans are already ahead of the curve. They're creating the vaccine that your income level will determine if you can have.
I think the Germans will
It's literally
give it
the
away.
Hunger Games, buddies. It is the Hunger Games.
Brandon, you're out. You're the first man out. You're the guy that we eat first.
May the vaccine be ever in your favor.
You know what's funny is I haven't been sick at all this entire season. Not corona, not flu, nothing. So as of right now, I'm good. I don't need to worry about shit. But I think you're going to be the last in line there, Dave. You've been sick for six months straight now?
Yeah, I've had the pneumonia, so I've been in and out of feeling like I can get out of bed or not. But today was a good day.
That's good. Guys, we're literally taking it day by day.
As long as the vaccine games don't happen on a day where I can't get out of bed, I'll be fine. I could run a good 40 feet, 50.
If you can do a quick sprint to the front of the line at the CVS, I think you'll be fine. Can you box out?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, judging by your verbal
I have my
profanity
beliefs.
towards women with their emotional support pets, I feel like you won't have an issue boxing out someone's grandma or elderly relative.
I think I got it. I think I got it in me.
I think you do too.
Yeah, it's me first. Well, I'm an immigrant, right? So,
Where are you from?
can you guess by my quote unquote accent?
Illinois.
No, that's not foreign.
Well, it should be because those people are fucking weird.
Here's a big hint. It's very close to Illinois.
Canada?
Yeah, that's...
Go
Canada.
home, you fucking Maple Leaf. Quit sucking up our resources.
Yeah, go back and get it for free.
I love Canadians. I really, really do. I think they're wonderful people. Except for you. You're a little dark and you're kind of mean to Brandon. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. And the bottom of it may be your bottom. I think you might want Brandon in your bottom.
Why does it always come back to that?
I think your love of cats is a revealing truth about your love of butt stuff.
Wow, interesting parallel.
You guys, look, I felt like I was a therapist the moment this phone call and this podcast started. So we are here. Tell me your feelings.
My daddy didn't hug me enough. Now my dad hugged me exactly the right amount.
Ooh,
Brandon, what about you?
Still sounds like the wrong amount. What about you, Brandon? Are you breastfeeding right now, Brandon?
I am lactating, but I'm not feeding.
Fucking gross.
Brandon's got a great sense of humor.
Oh yeah, Brandon's the best.
Well, yeah. Well,
Also
I've been
the worst.
fat my whole life, so either you grow up to have crippling drug and alcohol dependencies, which I mean I have those, just not to the point of crippling. But yeah, if you grow up being fat like I was, you learn to deal with it real quick, or you end up killing yourself when you're 13 years old. So, yeah,
And that's science. That sounds like science.
Oh yeah, that's Iowa science right there.
Were you a
could have
big
killed
boy?
yourself 3 times.
Yeah, I was fine until about age 4, and then somehow I woke up with tits and an extra 20 pounds, and it's just been downhill ever since.
Do you blame your parents?
I mean, kind of, sort of. I mean, in the Midwest, I think all but 10% of the people are big, because I have a bunch of alcoholic Germans on one side, big fat Midwestern diet people where butter's considered a food group, and then on the other side, you have the super tall and lanky Irish. So you get the two of those together, and just these big, gross masses of human beings that just kind of conglomerate and congeal over decades
And procreate other big people.
Yeah, that's Midwest evolution right there. So
It's like
back. Oh, go ahead.
We're finishing each other's sentences already.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the image I got was of the spaceship community from Wall-E. Is that like Iowa?
Yeah, close enough. Like Dave was saying though, like with the Midwest, like out here in LA, I'm a easy 1.25, maybe 1.5 on a good day, but I go back to Iowa and I'm a solid 4 all day long.
Hell yeah. You might want to spend your summer in Iowa and just stretch those puppies. Let those legs get some wind. Let that tank get a little wind underneath it. Let the ladies smell all that fertileness.
Oh. See, I picked the wrong time to zone back into this conversation because
Rude. We're here talking about survival in Iowa, and what are you doing? Are you petting your cat?
Thinking
you
about
fucking
cats.
Weirdo?
Yeah. Just
You out
flicking
there?
their
Are
little
you looking
ears.
at your Lisa Frank cat folder?
I'm just looking at pictures of them.
So weird. Dudes who like cats. Are you a self-proclaimed feminist? Do you have that on your profile? Is that written anywhere underneath your name?
Absolutely not.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Because you guys, those dudes like you who like cats and claim they're feminists also murder women. That's science.
No,
That
I
is
agree.
survival science. Oh
I
my
agree.
God, I'm here for. What are your feelings? I'm gonna take care of the cat. American Psycho. Lock up the knives, bitch. She's gonna kill you in your sleep.
I agree. If there's 2 things that ladies need to watch out for, it's men trying to lure you into back alleys or cars. Also, men who claim they're feminists.
Yes.
It's just weird when they volunteer that
Facts.
information. If you're asked and you answer, that's one thing. But guys who just project that out there, I am a feminist. Come on, fellas. We need
Murderer.
to do the right thing. Yeah, that's a guy who's like, what do you mean you're not going to have sex with me? Fuck.
Murderer.
And then, yeah.
Also,
Murder.
only makes love to you like soft, slow love. Gross.
He doesn't tie you up and whip you one,
No. Girls need to feel a little bit of danger when it comes to procreating because it's the closest thing to natural sex in the animal world. There's no
Is
creature
danger?
making sweet love.
What do you mean danger, though? Like doing it on the balcony or, getting tied up while the other guy's wearing a gorilla mask?
Well, that depends on you. And it sounds like you've just revealed to us what you are doing for April Fool's Day Eve, and I wish you the best.
Especially because I said other guy. That's a...
You did. Well, our
fraudulent
truths
slip? I
are
don't know.
all coming out here.
Maybe I am gay. Like, super gay.
Yeah, Brandon's a terrible Republican who doesn't have a gun. I am a indecisive LA person who's got 3 dogs and has no business talking about politics, and you're gay.
That's it. Just you're gay. You're just one of those homosexuals. You're a purebred homosexual.
Yeah, you're a gay guy, and I love gay guys. They're my favorite.
Oh, okay. But do you buy into that whole sexuality is a spectrum theory where everybody's a little gay?
I think sexuality is a spectrum for sure. I'm not
Right.
so convinced on the gender thing being a spectrum, but I'm not a scientist. But I do think sexuality is absolutely a spectrum. I think the identity factor also may be influenced by the lack of compassion in our society for people who, are different. And I think, someone who is born a boy, born as a man with male genitalia, but feels and identifies as a woman, I think that can totally be a natural thing. But I also think that there may be some influence to it. Who knows? I think, the science is still so young in that area, but I'm also not a parent. So my viewpoint on it is much more open and undecided. But I think how anyone feels or identifies with their sexuality or their identity, go ahead, do your thing, girl.
Well, of course, as a whole, but what I mean is that everybody is put on a spectrum of it, meaning you can't just be straight or gay. You're partially straight, partially gay. This is a real thing where they rate it out of 6, and everybody is 1 to 6 on the gay scale, the homosexual scale. And if you're a 1, it means you're primarily straight, but you're slightly attracted to the opposite gender. I don't know if I buy into that, because I think there are enough people out there that just like what they like, and it happens to be the opposite gender, and they're a 0 on that scale.
I agree, but I think that scale slides and would
100%.
have to slide with external factors influencing, changes in that choice. Because basically, if you, just out of a survival, if it was only you and one dude left, and that was that, I think just out of a basic human need for companionship, love, sex, you would eventually start to evolve and become gay as you are now, but more gay.
So I'd go from a 1 to a 2 on that scale.
Yeah,
is what
full
you're
blown.
saying.
Full
See,
blown.
it all comes back to the prison rules. Here we go again. There's no atheists in foxholes. There's no straight man in jail.
Exactly. And I think we're like, our need to identify and label everything is going to be the detriment to people who just want to live freely. As much as I want to know and get the science of it, because I'm that type of person, not everything can be explained. And maybe that's just what we have to sit back and accept with certain things, that even with science, it can't all be identified. As a person who loves science, there's not enough out there in our generation to go, yeah, this is this is the spectrum of sexuality. This is how it is. This is the data. Maybe we're not going to see it. So,
Well,
I agree.
and even if you could prove it, like, who gives a shit if it doesn't affect your life? That I take the stance of just apathy. It's like I don't fucking care. Like, and that should be where we're at. Like, if I see a straight couple walking down the street, man, woman holding hands, kissing, I don't give a shit. I see a gay couple walking down the street doing the same thing, I don't give a shit. That's equality right there.
I agree.
well, I don't know if apathy's equality. I think empathy's more equality, but I'd take apathy over anger or hatred any day.
Keep in mind, he's a Republican. That's as good as it's
I know
gonna
it's
get.
it's his go-to for sure.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
that's Republican woke right there.
Yeah, it is. It's apathetic is definitely an ingredient in that pot pie for sure. Do you like pot pie?
I haven't met many foods that I haven't liked.
You had him at pot. He's a drug addict.
And,
I mean, God, just to get high and have a pot pie, that sounds really good. I might need to make one, and I'll dedicate it to you, Brandon.
yeah, thank you, because I had to quit smoking pot about a week ago.
Oh,
Why?
did you?
Well, because of the job market being the way it is, I have a CDL, and unfortunately, the goddamn commie feds.
I missed what he said. I'm
reason.
already fucking zoning out.
Yeah, don't want me rolling down the highway loaded up with 80,000 pounds smoking a joint for some reason. So
They're rude. Rude.
I know. Yeah. Who gives a shit if I'm in the middle of like Nebraska and I kill a family of 4? They're from Nebraska. I'm doing everybody a favor.
You're not
really.
going to kill
Jesus.
a family of 4. Give me this. There's some data. Give me the data of people crashing their car. Drunk drivers do more damage than anybody who's stoned. And I'm not condoning to get stoned and to drive, but I'd much rather if someone said you have to get in your car and go on the highway today, but you can choose lane 1 or lane 2. Lane 1 is filled with drunk drivers. Lane 2 is filled with people who are high. Motherfucker, I'm going lane 2 all day.
Right, 7 miles an hour, so it will be all day.
All day. It's going to take me all day. And we're going to be passing spliffs on the left-hand side. Feel
No,
me?
of course, I agree. Yeah, but Brandon, why does it have to be a family of 4? If you have to, if the universe is
Brandon's
aligned that you
depressed,
have to kill
okay?
4 people, why not run over 4 meth heads on their way out anyway? Why
No,
does
it's
it
gotta
have to be a family?
of 4. It's got to be
Fucking
a family
Jeffrey
of 4.
Dahmer.
Well, being Nebraska, there's a legitimate chance it could be a family of 4 meth heads. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and the kids are like in their 30s. You know, they don't move out.
It's a good point.
yeah,
It's still a family of 4.
I think it's
Family
a good
of 4
point.
teeth. So this is where we're at. The only thing that's open in my area is 7-Eleven and Albertsons.
7-Eleven definitely started coronavirus for sure.
Right.
Albertsons? Oh,
yeah,
God.
Albertsons. It's a jungle house in there, and they have markers telling you where to fucking stand in the line, and people don't respect that.
People
I had
are
to
not
move.
respecting it. It's so terrible.
And one guy who got the last toilet paper roll, of course, and he's moving up as I'm inching away from him, and he's moving closer, and I pointed at the line behind him, and I went, and then he backed the fuck off.
People need to respect it because the shit is real, you know? We have to learn, and here's my thing. I don't care who you are, no longer shaking hands, motherfuckers. No more.
Yeah, they went from handshaking to fist bumps. Like being a comedian, I've been doing the fist bump for a long time. Do you do that, or do you shake hands and hug people after?
Yeah, I've been starting to do the fist bump for sure, but the shaking hands and the hugs, it's
Done.
stopping.
It's over. And you know what? They're outlawing elbow bumps now too. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, outlaw it all. There's too many people with fecal matter on their extremities out there in the world, and now there's motherfuckers eating and snacking on bats. Until people, and I'm using people very, very generously here, and I'm speaking to people who are not members of society, but kind of vampires of society, because we don't really see them coming. And even though they're only allowed to get in our house once we invite them, because we shook their fecal hand, they're already in our house and they're fucking up.
That's right.
They're fucking with our money. They're fucking with our kids. So we all need to just learn how to wash our hands a little bit better. And if you itch your butthole, go and wash your hand. That's science.
Put that on a bumper sticker.
I will.
That should just be the guideline every day. It's
Seriously.
Like when Eric Garcetti or Gavin Newsom come out, they're like, "Listen, man, if you stuck your finger in your ass today, just go wash it out with a little soap and water for 20 seconds."
I realize I'm serving a very Cardi B vibe when it comes to my opinions, but I'm standing by it.
I like it. I like the idea of just not touching people at all. That should be the slogan. No touching unless you're fucking.
Well, that's how you get a little bit
still
closer
gotta
to
do
a
that.
dick.
You gotta do that a little bit, you know.
You're going to get much closer to a dick.
Oh, me? I thought you meant people in general. Oh, yeah, right, because I'm a homosexual now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Very
Dave's
revealing
subliminally
podcast.
Trying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just keep inching my way there, Brandon.
Yeah,
Inching.
about 5 inches.
Right, see? That guy can't fucking resist a joke like that. Every time you set him up in the slightest way, you give him an inch, he takes a dick.
Gay and Republican, that's what you guys should call your podcast.
Gay and Republican. Total listenership,
you should call it
0.
Guns and Butts.
Guns and butts. Oh Lord. Like,
Yeah.
how do you know I'm gonna be a butt gay man? Like maybe I'm just pure
I know,
dick.
you're total
Mouths and
total
dicks.
bottom. Brandon was right, you're a total bottom.
My God. Everyone keeps saying that.
Well, see, it all depends on who like the butthole's attached to. So, like when I was getting that lap dance in Vegas, right? The
dude?
personal lap dance. No, it was a chick, but like she was doing this backwards like handstand on my lap, and I mean her butthole was literally like 6 inches away from my face.
Fucking gross. That's how you get pink eye.
Coronavirus!
Stripper pink eye, man. That's where it gets both your eyes.
Well, I was
It's
enjoying
not pink,
myself.
it's green. You're gonna get green eye.
Well, at least she was clean at least. But like a butthole's a butthole, whether it's on a man or a dude, or a man or a woman. So
Wow, this is I didn't know is this the poetry portion of the podcast?
yeah, we have.
Yeah, Brandon, that's some Mark Twain shit. A butthole is a butthole regardless of who it belongs to, by Brandon Collins, age 35.
Yeah, I read a lot of Robert Frost in my younger days. But anyhow, it was significantly more attractive on her than like when I happened to, when I wrestled in high school and I happened to catch like one of the other fucking heavyweights bent over in the shower.
Oh, and then you popped a half chub. Come on, you guys are denying your truth.
You just happened
Let's
to
not
catch
do
him?
this.
You just happened to catch him, Brandon. There's no happening to catch someone's butt in the shower when you're in school. That's
not in
on
your life.
purpose.
Not
At
in
least
your
one
life.
person does that on purpose.
Well, I'm sure they did. Like that's what you do. Like in the locker room, you try to get as gay as possible with dudes to make them as uncomfortable as possible without actually, ending up with a penis inside you.
You know what? Maybe everybody is on a sexuality spectrum, because if you do that, you're kind of gay.
Sure.
Like, you're kind of gay. It's
I love
cool,
how we
but-
started this podcast with you guys arguing, and now we're coming to a close, and you guys are coming to a butthole agreement. It's really beautiful. It's like an ass treaty that I'm listening to. It's like two nations that are understanding that they're after the same goal, and that's to fill their asses with giant dongs. I feel like my work here is done.
Why does that have to be a giant dog?
You know why.
I don't know. Little dongs like to get in there too.
No, you know
sometimes.
why. Come on, don't be coy now, you little minx.
Yeah, no, but nobody likes a little flaccid 2-inch.
Nobody likes a
dong,
cock
like
tease.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, if I'm watching porno and the dude doesn't have like an 8-inch massive throbbing dong plowing into a chick, like I'm out at that point.
Gay. That's how Joe Exotic recruits straight men into being his husbands. Gay. Remember that?
I might only
He
be
said-
making 32. I might
said
only be
that.
making 32 cents a day, but I got all the meth and tigers that I want to pet. So
Perfect.
And
Christmas
dick.
came
I call that a
early.
come up.
Joe Exotic, if you ever listen to this in prison, Brandon Collins just admitted that he likes the big old dicks in porn. Because remember he said that? Do you remember that line?
Yeah. I
He
love
asked that
it.
one kid.
Yep.
He's like, when you're watching porn, you like the little dicks or the big dicks? And the guy's like, I like the big dicks. He's like, well, you ain't that straight.
Yeah. I think that is homosexual science.
That's homosexual manipulation and grooming.
Well, you know.
So
Six to
straight porn
six
is
to one, half a dozen to another.
When I say
Are you-
homosexual, I mean it's predatory, period, and he just happens to be a homosexual. Not that homosexuals are going around doing that, but that particular one is, and he's a predator. Good thing he's in jail, where he's. You know what? It's probably a fucking. It's like the buffet on Christmas Day at the Holiday Inn when you're not Christian. Just everything is there for you. That's Joe Exotic in prison right now.
It really is.
Who do you think he is in the prison role? Because you know when he's got his multiple husbands, he's the one on top. What's he like in jail, Joe
He's a
Exotic?
absolutely.
ringleader. He's got all those hardcore criminals just crawling around with chains around their neck. Are you kidding me? He's got a new zoo. It's in the prison.
Oh man, he's got that coronavirus for sure then, and every other virus. That's how you answer the phone. Coronavirus.
Shit is real. Shit is getting real.
Yeah, please lower your voice. I don't want to catch the coronavirus over the phone.
I already
I guess
sent it
everybody
to you.
in prison is already walking around in orange with stripes on, so yeah, he's got to feel right at home.
No doubt. All right, Brandon, you got. We like to play this little game called Canada Man versus California Man versus New York Man, because you're from New York. Brandon's going to read a headline, and we have to guess where it comes from, and I cheat 99% of the time. So, Brandon, you got that ready?
Yeah, ready to roll, man.
All right, I'm not going to cheat this time, I promise.
Don't cheat.
Yeah,
I won't
it's
cheat.
fucking Christ. All right, so our first story of the day: man exposed to coronavirus hid symptoms to visit wife in maternity unit of hospital. Was that New York, California, or Florida?
California.
Can you repeat it? Because you cut out.
All right, let's try this again. Yeah, I'm having phone issues. My phone's a piece of shit, so sorry about that. All right. Man exposed to coronavirus hid symptoms to visit wife in maternity unit of hospital.
Oh, that's
Did that
definitely
happen?
that's California.
Yeah, California.
No, actually, straight from upstate New York in Rochester.
Oh, stubborn
Jessimae.
Italian. I should have thought about it. Stubborn Italians, my neighbors, Rochester, because I'm from Syracuse. What a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, and the only reason anybody found out, his pregnant wife started showing symptoms.
No.
Oh, man.
Dude, that's terrible. What's that guy's name? We should shit in a paper bag and set it on fire and put it on his doorstep so he doesn't leave.
Is that the Syracuse way?
It's the only way.
Wait, if he lives in Syracuse, wouldn't he like just come out and roll around in it, or is that a Rochester thing? We used to get Rochester
Homie,
TV.
don't you come for my Syracuse people? Don't you come for us? Don't you come for us? Because we run thick, salt potato thick. Okay, you feel me? I will come
you
at
guys-
you. I'm gonna come
Yeah,
at you
minor
like a
league
wild
hockey teams.
tiger.
That was in Syracuse one time. They have a very nice truck stop there.
I'm coming for you,
All
Brandon.
right.
I've been defending you this whole time. You better watch your fat fucking mouth.
God, you normally have to pay extra to have them talk to you that way, so it's a freebie for me.
Yeah, well,
He
the
does that,
economy's
you know.
shit right now. I don't know if you see it, but everyone's out of work, so it's a freebie.
Yeah. Any hole's a goal, any port in a storm. All right. Number 2 on our story today. Mega church pastor arrested after leading packed services despite safer home orders. What's that? New York, California, or Florida?
I say Florida.
So wait, Canada's not an option in this round?
No.
Okay, Florida.
Yeah, absolutely Florida.
Yeah, fucking Florida. Let it snap off and float into the ocean, that herpes flotilla.
Yeah, well, anytime you get in religion, there's going to be just certain places. So pretty much anywhere like Texas all the way east and Virginia south. That's all going to be that area with their churches and everything else.
As soon as you say anything that has to do with religion as well as crime, Florida.
Yeah, that as well.
All right, you got one more, Brandon?
I got one left. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Police arrest man who led them on 1/10 of a mile chase, crashed into cop car.
Oh, that's definitely Cali. That dude was drunk as shit.
Dave, what are you thinking?
I also
Actually,
think
upstate. I'm
California.
saying upstate New York. I'm changing. I'm going to New York.
I stay with California.
Yeah, absolutely California.
Oh, man.
I'm 3 for 3 and I didn't cheat.
Amazing, Dave. All right. Well, that's all we have for that segment. That segment kind of, I don't know, man. I need to change it up or something.
No, I love
What's
it.
supposed to be Canada man, California man, or wherever the guest is from, man. But hey, you do your thing, Brandon. You just change it whenever you fucking feel like it.
I think
It's
it
not one
kind of
of your-
still was there because I'm from Syracuse and Rochester's only about an hour away, so I think it still landed.
Right, yeah. Rochester's got 2 minor league hockey teams. And Syracuse has 1.
Well, it's the only place in the U.S. Where I can get Tim Hortons too relatively easily, so that's pretty nice.
They have Tim Hortons there?
Yeah, upstate New York, Pennsylvania, parts of
Oh,
Ohio,
okay.
Michigan. Yeah.
Tim Hortons. Oh, yeah. Give it to me. That's where the lady threw her shit at the worker. Remember that? That horrible human?
Yeah, that was in
yeah.
That was Canada woman.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not like she just walked in the store with it. She just like popped a squat right in the store, shit into her hand, and had a fresh steaming loaf right for the workers. That was impressive.
Terrible.
All right. Jessimae, thanks a lot for the call-in. We wish you the best of luck during this quarantine. I'd ask you where you're going to be, but the answer's at home. So where can everybody find you online? And what do you got coming
Motherfuckers
up?
can find me online. Thank you for asking. They can go and get exclusive content from my Patreon page. They can sign up. Patreon.com/Jessimae Peluso. Your girl is on Instagram. Jessimae.com for when I do get back out on the road. I hope I do. But if not, you can hear me weekly on my Sharp Tongue podcast. And you can hire me on Cameo to send foot photos to your creepy uncle.
Oh, right on. Brandon's already signing up. Cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, for my uncle.
I appreciate you guys having me on. This was fun.
Yeah,
Hey, thanks for coming on.
I'm going to go finish my blunt. Let me know how the butt thing works out, okay?
Okay, I'll keep you posted, all right.
Brandon, get on a fucking treadmill, will ya?
Maybe I'll see if I can't get myself down to 3:30.
Perfect. That's a sexy weight.
All right.
Yeah.
We are the Valley Boys with the Valley Girl. Peace out. I
And good
farted
night.
twice on the last podcast, but I didn't do it into the phone, just into the microphone. So
I did.
they're like sneaky little farts.